Like, what's the biggest issue or problem for someone like me?
Biggest problem is commingling funds.
Oh, okay.
And what that means is I can then get your personal assets. I can go
Jeez,
after your
okay.
home. I can go after your car. I can go after whatever's in your personal name. You lose that limited liability protection.
Thank you. It's going to be a lot of homework, but
Hello, visionaries. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Marisa Talbert. I am the founder and CEO of Talbert Law Office, your favorite go-to legal resource for all things business, nonprofit, and intellectual property law. Ever wonder what a real-life consultation looks like? Well, you're about to find out. In today's video, I'm sharing a behind-the-scenes look at a real-life consultation, with permission, of course, so that you can get an inside look at how we approach your goals and objectives. So whether you're thinking about working with an attorney or you're just curious of how these conversations flow, this one's for you. Now, please understand that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not legal advice. Watching this video does not create an attorney-client relationship, but you should always feel comfortable with consulting with a licensed attorney if you have questions about your specific situation. If you want to schedule a consultation with Talbert Law Office, go ahead, click the link in the description box below. You'll get access to my calendar so you can schedule a date and time that works best for you. And you should stick around to the end of the video for a very special offer. All right, now let's get into the consultation.
All right. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. I
okay.
am happy to chat with you today, answer questions that you may have, and just see how we can support you.
Yes, so I'm very early in the process. So I just created an LLC and now I kind of want to do consulting, but kind of on my own terms, like choose my own projects, manage my own time. And the plan is develop the LLC, obviously, develop my business, and ideally work for myself and manage everything. But if things don't work out the way I want, I'm not against going back to corporate America or having a 9 to 5. I would prefer not to, but I could at least have the LLC on the side and have my own side projects.
For sure.
Okay. So that's the plan right now. I'm very early in the process and I have a couple customers, clients, a couple leads, I guess. And my plan is to work with them. I don't know, like maybe as a 1099 or as an LLC, like I'm figuring things out. So one, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Understood.
And I hadn't thought about it, but I may need legal representation or advice or something because I feel like me not knowing what I'm doing is a recipe for me being exploited or just doing something wrong. Bad things will happen.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you, you are in great company when you say you hadn't thought about it, because most people don't think about it when they're starting their business. But at the same time, a lot of people don't realize they don't know what they don't know. So at least you understand that part.
Yes.
And so just tell me, where is your LLC registered?
California.
Okay, so California. All right, specifically for California LLCs, one thing to know is that California is going to charge you that minimum franchise tax, whether you make $1 or not. So sometimes California will waive the first year. Sometimes I have seen it happen. I have seen it not happen. It's kind of just up to their discretion to do it. But if they waive your first year, every following year, you will get at least a minimum $800 tax. And I think that's from 0 to 250,000 in annual revenue. And then it goes up from there. So it's kind of a big span, but that's basically where the floor is for your tax bill. Now, with the IRS for federal taxes, that's going to be different because the IRS charges taxes based on the income that you made. So if you make 0, then you are not paying taxes, right? Or if you can zero it out where everything is a business expense and you don't make any profit, then you're not going to be paying as much in federal taxes. But California does not work that same way. So they're just going to charge you for the LLC existing. So that's one thing to know. The other thing to kind of have in the back of your mind is that an LLC can be taxed two different ways. So an LLC can be taxed as a sole proprietorship, which is basically where you are just counting everything that comes into the LLC as your own income, and they're taxing it that way. Or it can be taxed as what we call a separate entity, which is where it gets taxed as an S corporation. And this sounds kind of really like high level, but when you elect to get taxed as an S corporation, your business is separate from you. So you file your personal income taxes, and then the business files its income taxes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna I see your face, so I'm gonna take a pause so we can sit through that and then talk through what that looks like.
So sole proprietorship and S corp.
Sole proprietorship and S corp. Because
Okay.
an LLC is considered what they call a disregarded entity. That's the buzzword, that's the legal word. But what that really means is that an LLC is only allowed because the state law says it can be created. It's not a real entity, but it is. So for federal purposes, they say, okay, either you have nothing and it's all kind of like you and the business all in one, or you can make it a separate entity, but you have to file two tax statements, one personal, one business.
Okay. So I can already see this is getting complicated. So my plan is just me in terms of like I'm not gonna have a team, not yet. And I may have a 9 to 5 job, or this may be what I'm doing the whole time. And it's just me right now.
So with that being said, my recommendation would be for you to move along in your LLC, and any income that comes into the LLC, you just have it as your income as a sole proprietorship, taxes. So that when you file your taxes, it'll basically be like, let's just say you have a 9 to 5, you get your W-2, right? And then you say, oh, I got this little side hustle over here. I earn money from that too. That's basically what you're saying. No, it's no like extra complicated stuff to it. You keep it
Mm-hmm.
as simple as possible because it will only be you. So when you hear the term, are you like, let's just say you go to an accountant or you have a bookkeeper or whatever. If they say, are you electing to be a sole proprietorship or are you electing to file as an S corp? You will be electing as a sole proprietorship. Basically, you want to keep everything streamlined, everything like as easy and simple as possible. Now, as you start to make money on that LLC, you may find out later on that it may be more efficient and advantageous to then change over to elect to be filed as an S corp. But by that time, you'll be much more well versed in knowing why that decision needs to be made. So as of right now, you don't have to think about that, but just if you hear the terms, you'll be familiar with the terms.
Got it. Thank you. So if I work for a company, should I work as a 1099 or an LLC or in a consultant? That's where it starts. I'm like thinking ahead, like this might get messy.
Yeah. So if you work for another company, you want to present to that company that you are working under your LLC. And that should be as a 1099. So they're hiring the LLC and
Hmm.
are the employee of the LLC of sorts that gets to work with them or that is assigned to their project. But they are hiring the LLC. And so you would want to be hired as a 1099 independent contractor. You would want all of your checks, all of your contracts, everything to be in the LLC's name. And
Hmm.
then you would transact the business that way.
Okay. So I kind of feel like everything I'm learning, I'm just like, okay, it just makes me think of more and more questions. I'm thinking to myself right now, what legal representation, like, do I need it? So I did look up like your website, and I saw it was like I think I saw 150 a month or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
For the 150 a month, we have a legal subscription that is for the business owner like yourself. It is for the person who's kind of like DIYing it, doesn't really know that they need an attorney necessarily, but they may have questions regularly, right? Like, what do I do about this? This just happened. What do I need to know about this? And so for those people, we have that subscription plan where you can email us unlimited questions and we will answer those questions. And then we do a quarterly check-in consultation like this where we're like, okay, what's going on? What's happening right now? What do you need help with? So that is kind of the subscription plan. We do some Zoom calls, we do webinars of just like training or changes in the law that affect business owners. And so anytime we do that, of course, you're a part of that network to come out to the Zoom or the webinar. We might do a tutorial on how to elect to, be taxed as an S corp, how to fill out the form. So that is the 150 a month subscription.
It's like insurance.
It's like insurance a little bit. So that's the 150 a month plan. And it's no contract to it, or rather, it's no, minimum requirement. It is month to month, so you can stop at any time. So that's what that's there for.
Okay. Right now, like I don't know what I don't know. So I may need legal representation or advice, may not. But right now, I think the most pressing thing that I'm gonna start doing research on is I guess I need to create a business account or something like
I was
that.
going to bring that up. So let's talk
Oh,
about it. Do
okay.
you have an EIN number?
Yes. So everything happened like within the past couple of days. So
Okay. So
I do have an email.
you have your articles of organization for your LLC.
So I paid a service and they did a lot of these things. So I think they did because I got the it's like, yep, you're official now, and this is this, and I haven't followed up on the emails. I just got them,
Okay.
but so I saw you have an EIN, but I haven't opened the email yet. So
Okay. So what you should have, just bare minimum of starting an LLC, you should have
hmm
at least your articles of organization that is stamped by the Secretary of State.
hmm
You should also have your statement of information because California requires that be filed within 90 days of registering any business entity. You should also have your EIN number and you should have an operating agreement for as a single member LLC. So that's just bare minimum what you should have in starting your LLC. So when you go back through your packet, if you don't have those things, something is missing. You need to go back to them and say, where's this? That's just minimum. Now, with your EIN and your articles of organization, you will use that to then go open a business bank account. And you need a business bank account because it is illegal to commingle funds. So you want to make sure that you are not putting business funds and personal funds together. That is the quickest way for you to lose the protection of your LLC. And we call that piercing the corporate veil. And what that means is I can then get your personal assets. I can go
Jeez.
after your
Okay.
home. I can go after your car. I can go after whatever's in your personal name. You lose that limited liability protection. So you want to make sure that you're not commingling funds. So as soon as you can, go open your business bank account. You need those two things, your EIN number and your articles of organization.
Okay. I'll go through the email. So I literally got everything the past day or so, and just I'll verify. But I did see. I'm assuming that's there, but I'll verify. But I did see the email about the EIN. Okay. Uh, I got a lot of homework. I see it coming. So.
I will do you a favor. I have some videos that talk about this in much greater detail. I will send them to you.
Okay.
I will send them to you, kind of streamline your process and give you the quick rundown.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, I have a special offer for my loyal YouTube family. If you got to this portion of the video and you are interested in a free consultation, go ahead and type free in the comments. The first 15 people that type free in the comments will receive a free 30-minute consultation with me. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. All right, back to the video. We're almost done.
Is there something since I don't know what I don't know, is there something I should, like, what's the biggest issue or problem for LLC sole proprietorships for someone like me?
Biggest problem is commingling funds.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
That's people don't realize they need a separate business account, and then they and oh and let me talk about this, because in commingling funds it also that also spills into how you pay yourself. You have an LLC and you are an employee, and I throw up air quotes because you're kind of not as an owner, but you kind of are, um, of the business. So how do you pay yourself, right? As I mentioned, your contracts, your checks, all of that will be in the business's name. It goes into the business bank account. Now, how do you use that money personally?
yeah,
It's a good question, right? You can't just pull the money out and be like, oh, it's only me. I'm just going to take money out and pay my mortgage. That's not how it works. You
that's
have
what I thought.
to,
Okay.
you have to either write yourself a check as an employee wages, or you take an owner's draw. An owner's draw is similar to a distribution. And every time you use money from your business account, it's considered income on your taxes. So the same way a business would pay you for the work that you do for them, you can't just go into their account and be like, okay, this is the money that came into the business, I get to pay my mortgage with it. No, they have to cut you a check for the wages. So you need to set your wages. And what I tell business owners who are starting, it doesn't have to be, like $5,000 a month, like market rate. It can be $250 a month because I'm only bringing in 1,000 and I have another 200 in expenses, right? It can be whatever that is, but you need to set yourself a schedule and pay yourself regularly. Whether it's once a week, I pay myself $100 and then I increase it the more money I make, or I pay myself biweekly $250 or $1,000 or whatever the business can afford. But you need to set your schedule so that you are getting paid as a person working for the business, even though you're the owner. If you take an owner's draw, you don't want to personally use the business bank account to pay a personal bill or a personal expense. You want to take the money, and in your notation of when you're transferring it, you need to transfer it to your personal bank account and say, I'm taking $100 as an owner's draw. Transfer it to your personal account, then use your personal account to pay for the expense.
So, oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna create a business account
Yes.
and I guess set myself a scout salary. Now, what if I don't make money? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. If you don't make money, you don't have to pay yourself. But if you are using the account, it needs to be on business expenses.
okay, so
So let's just say, as a consultant, you got to take a flight. That's a business expense because you're doing this for the consulting. So you can swipe the credit card or the business debit card for the flight. Let's say you going home to meet with the family for Thanksgiving. You're not swiping the business card. That's a personal expense. But let's just say you're like, oh, I don't have the money in my personal account, but I have it in the business account. You need to transfer the money from the business account to the personal account and buy your ticket off your personal card.
Okay.
You don't want to mix the two, because then that looks like commingling funds. And again, the penalty for that is you lose that liability, and now anybody can come after your personal assets. Because what they're saying, what that communicates is that this LLC is not really a business, it's a shield.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to break.
It looks like money laundering.
Yes, that's what it looks like. So we're going to break the shield, and now everything that you have is exposed. So you just want to be careful about that.
Okay, this was very educational, because some things I kind of knew, some things I didn't.
Some of them are not as intuitive, but it's good that you're asking the questions now.
Yes. And I'm still early, but I think I'll consider the 150 a month. Doesn't sound like a lot, but depends on like how much business is, but it sounds reasonable. So I may reach out depending on how the business progresses.
Oh, congratulations on starting this business.
Thank you. It's going to be a lot of homework, but
once it kind of settles in, I mean, it's always a learning journey, but it's a good one.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to talk with you and meet you. And like I said, we're here if you need us. If you have additional questions, I will send you that information right now. And hope you have a great rest of your day.
Okay. You too. Thank you. Right. Bye.
I done made it this far. I'ma keep it pushing, yeah.